Trying to count it to the people that think that I owe you shit. Payback, know that shit. Y'all niggas getting too old for this. Please don't think nobody knows.
It's LockerRoom Radio. You're locked in.
Welcome to LockerRoom Radio. Welcome back to the upcoming series. Me, Yanga Mazwai, Earl PhotoGenius is here. We have some guests as well. Nelo isn't here again, like last time. Nelo's flopping. So go down to the description, find his links, and just add him because he's like nowhere to be found.
Ask him.
Where
are you?
In studio today, I have Loyiso. Loyiso is a poet. He's a good friend of mine from school, from AFDA. But he's also, more importantly, he is a poet. And we're just speaking now about like stage. I've been speaking about stage names. Earl's been speaking about stage names a lot. Do you know what Earl's stage name is?
What?
It's Bay of the Decade.
Bay of the Decade?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was some story about him just being super delectable at school. All the honeys wanted him, and they just started.
That's a problem. Pretty boy problems, man.
Bay of the day, Bay of the week, Bay of the year, Bay of the decade, dude. So that's his.
It's levels to it, bro.
And yours?
I'm low key as fuck. From Loyiso, just low. W key. It's fun because everything that I've been doing is that, like, I realize that not much people do know, and my movements are very low key, and it's just like, yeah, it makes sense for me because it's like low key, man.
Low key. It's just low key. But I mean, in the entertainment or the art kind of industry, because you do poems, you do poetry, and you perform and stuff. Surely you should be more high key about your stuff. Surely you should be more like out there and whatever, vocal about all things that you do. Because I get that all the time, where people are like, Yanga, you have this thing, and they shit on me because I didn't tell them.
Like, you could do this? I feel like that's the best part about being low key, because like, you're always surprising people about this shit. Because they're like
high key,
low key, high key.
Because
you see, like when I started doing poetry, not much people knew that I could do poetry up until we went to Malvo. There's this open mic night that happens at Muti Bar.
Shout out Muti Bar.
Shout out Pick Me Up Poetry, man.
Oh, shout out Pick Me Up Poetry. Yeah,
those guys.
Yeah, with Belita as well. She's part of that.
Yeah.
Shout out. If we can tag all the people, let's tag.
Let's do it. Yeah. Shout out Pick Me Up Poetry. So we went there for the first time. At first, I didn't even know these guys were going to the open mic night. We're in Jamaica, and they were like, "Yo, are you coming with us?" I was like, "Where are we going?" They're like, "Open mic night." I was like, "Oh yeah, let's go.
Let's hit it."
In my mind, I'm like, I'm already there, bro. Like, I just need a mic. These niggas don't know.
They don't understand, man. There was this jam session. I'm not because like this freestyle session thing we had a couple of days ago, and it's people who can't really rap or anything.
Yeah.
And Loyiso starts, boy, and he goes in, and he starts like, I don't know, I want to say like the typical poet thing. It's like, I don't know if poets are able. Can you guys just like rap or like can you make poems about things like bananas? Does it always have to be something so like like deep, like grassroots, intrinsic?
I know we try, right? Like at the beginning, it'll be about bananas, and then eventually we'll start talking about the tree, and then it's the tree of life, and it just goes hella deep.
The banana turns into the tree of life.
It's not us. It's just you're born with it, bro. It's like, fuck. Why are we all so in our emotions the whole time?
But I'm saying maybe that is poetry. Maybe that's the benefit of poetry. It's one of those art forms, one of those things that actually allows you to be very direct with your feelings. Because in music, of course, in your music you're very emotional and stuff. But then it's part of it. I want to say part of it hides behind the music. So it hides behind the beat, hides behind. But then with poetry or with spoken word, you get up there and everything that you say, sentence for sentence, word for word, is heard, and it allows you. It actually just allows you to be super emotional in different ways.
The fact that we're able to be so in touch with our emotions, in a place where, in a society where it's difficult to just be so emotional because everyone's like, get out your feelings, man. Every time you try to say anything, it's just like, damn, you're too emotional. Yeah. And I feel like being a poet for me, it's there was something there was a reading that happened at school for PC. It was like they were talking about emotional intelligence. Yeah. And I feel like having to have that sense of poetry, having to have that poetry within you, where you see poetry within everything that happens, like literally just seeing a mother and a child at the robots.
It's poetic.
It's poetic, and you're like, my goodness, you're going through so much struggles, but you're doing this for this kid, and you're like, as fucked up as the situation that you're going through is, it's like, there's gonna be a climax for it.
There's gonna be like a silver lining kind of thing.
There has to be something
beautiful about it. But that's true. You also mentioned like we're in a society where we can't really be emotional. And we spoke about this in the last tape. Giuseppe, as other guys, high school guys, also they're putting out a whole project dedicated to emotions because they feel the exact same way.
So dope.
A whole project dedicated to actually being in your feelings. So I want to put this. We spoke about this briefly. I'm going to ask the room and I'm going to ask the audience, everyone. Have you ever had like emotional sex? There's sex.
Not just sex.
There's sex where you bust. You bust. But then have you ever had like emotion, like, oh my goodness, this nut is like a nut.
It's like, this is nut that curls your toes. Bro. You feel it from the toes coming.
Have you guys had that? No.
Yeah, I have.
You have. And how did you I'm so scared of that. I'm so scared of having emotional sex, guys. I'm so scared. Where it's one of those nuts where I miss that nut.
Yeah. You can feel it's gone now. It's not like there.
2 weeks now, and this nut is gone. I'm so scared of that. Okay, so
watch all the girls that you slept with now just come to me. Oh, that's how it is. That's how it is. Okay.
I was asking for a friend. I was just asking.
It's not me. I saw it in the comment section.
It was on Twitter. You know Twitter. So do you think there's when you are in your, I'm gonna call it poem mode, and when you are in your is there a difference between the two? So when you say when you're writing a poem, you allow yourself to be emotional in that space, or with regards to whatever it is. So if you are writing about a mother and a child, you allow those kinds of feelings to come through, or is it like I'm always at this emotional state, and I'm always in this emotional state, or I only really get into the emotional state when I want to write?
You see, for me, it's I don't know about other poets, but for me, it's like every day is we get different lines in our heads, just seeing something. Someone says something, and you're like, I'm gonna use that in a poem.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just having to get the sort of emotional state for me to write, because I don't write every day, but when I do write, it's like a ball of everything that I've been feeling.
Oh, so the past week or 2 weeks of all into.
Yeah, and
that's incredible though.
It's amazing because you don't realize how much you've actually been going through up until you put it on paper. Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I found a poetry book that I had in matric, and I was like, yo, that was really depressed. Yeah, that was. I was going because I'm like, is this me? What? So for me, it's having to be in an emotional state constantly, having to realize that there's so much going on around you, there's so much poetic shit going around you, there's so much love, anger, just emotions
around you.
You're in a room for right now, the energies, we have different energies, different emotions.
Yeah, for sure. Each person in the room.
And it's just man, having to write that, if I'm gonna put out on paper, it's something that I've experienced. I always write about something that I've experienced, and if I'm writing about, say, the mother and the child, since I haven't been homeless or we'll get to that. But since I haven't been in their situation, I can't write about what it feels like to stand outside the whole day begging for money, but I can write about what it made me feel.
But that initial,
it's just man.
We've been talking for a lot. We've been talking for almost 10 minutes now. Nice. And we need to hear some of your shit. Because you're speaking, it's almost like one of those foremost, this is the foremost expert in poetry. But we actually need to hear if you've got some bars. You've got some lyrics. I know you
bars from Mars, nigga. I'm joking.
Oh, wow.
No, that's not.
If you had a poem that started with bars from Mars, I would walk the fuck out. I paid way too much money for this shit.
But I feel like you can say anything with spoken word because it's all about the delivery. So you can be bars from Mars. It's all about delivery.
All right, cool. So whenever you're ready, you did mention you didn't want a backing track or anything for it. If you would like to give us a bit of a description before you go in to tell us what it's about, and whenever you're ready.
So this poem's called Stranded. I wrote it when I fell in love. This year, actually, it was tough times. So it's more like I've been stranded a lot. Like I've been lost a couple of times.
You went missing.
Missing.
Yeah, he actually did go missing. We'll get to that, but he went missing.
Man. But it's more like having to that feeling of having to fall in love. So love being a foreign place that you don't know of, and just having to be stranded in love instead of having to feel everything that love has to offer. You just lost this shit.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, it's called Stranded. Love is a language I'm all too fluent in, and lately it feels like I've been talking to foreigners. Or maybe I'm the lost tourist, bothering heartless citizens, asking them for direction, standing in the middle of pathways, trying to figure out where the fuck we're heading, walking around with a backpack full of insecurities and other shit I don't really need. Recently, I've been robbed of all emotion. I went through a place where hearts regarded as golden or hearts targeted and stolen. I'm left broken. These 2 cents are all I have left, so saying those 3 words will always leave me in debt.
Ooh.
Now the words left unsaid wrap around my neck and keep me choking. I'm left as lonely as eyelids. I'm as low as these eyelids after smoking a spliff. So often when words escape these cracked lips, they get lost in translation. So I empty bottles and fill them with sonnets. Throw these emotions into the open ocean, drown these lungs with vocals unspoken till I start hearing voices in my head. But the roses that were once red are now dead. The violets have been violently removed from their roots. Now there's this blue bruise across my chest. I now walk around with the bulletproof vest, feeling ready to avenge Cupid. I numb myself of the lucid feelings felt when I thought I saw a bit of myself in your eyes. Your embrace, as warm as sunrise, had quickly turned to lonely winter nights. Your indecisiveness mimics the ocean waves that hug the shorelines. I keep words prisoned behind the gaps of my teeth by tightening my jawline. I now hold the remnants of your shattered promises in these palms. I felt you drift away while holding you in these arms, but still, I sing the same song. Like, she ain't ready, no. She can't let me go. 'Cause her heart has been hidden so far away. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, it was going through the most, man.
At that time.
Well,
so am I right now.
Welcome. We've been here for a minute.
And it's crazy how, like, look, right now, it's a room full of niggas. But wait, I say that because like you don't normally imagine a room just with guys to allow such conversations. Like you don't think that we would be talking about poetry or these kinds of things. And like in this moment when I look around at everyone had that person or that one experience that they sort of thought about while you're saying this poem, and it allows you to. I got kind of emotional.
You don't understand how much that means to me, man. To realize I'm not going through bullshit alone.
No.
I'm not crazy.
If anything, we need someone to pioneer this emotional thing for us. We need somebody to make it okay. So with your poetry, it's so relatable that like when you say you feel like you're not alone, it's the same for us. You know, so like when you so the line like I keep these words in prison behind my. You know how much shit that you haven't said. Do you know all the moments? If you think about all the moments where you wanted or should have or thought,
bruh, and you just
but didn't. Exactly. So we need help. Now, as a society, as perhaps even just a male society, getting in touch with your emotions, we need help doing that and getting there.
What my dad told me is that there's a lot of boys with beards in society. There's not a lot of men.
Ooh.
And it's so
shout
hectic.
out Mr. Loyiso.
Because you see everything that's happening in terms of the way the females are treated.
Yeah.
The way men just sexualize every female they see walking past them. Just like, at times, I'm not gonna lie, I fall victim to it and be like, damn, she looks fine.
Yeah.
But I don't have the confidence. But
I do not have the balls,
man.
But another thing is like, it's like as much as you have this disease, you go, oh, that ass is fine or whatever. But another thing I realized is that, like, that it's easy doing that. That's the easiest thing to do. It's easy just to objectify from a distance, or maybe even to approach someone or something as an object. Imagine you saw the same girl walk past and think to yourself, wow, I wonder what her story is. I wonder where she's come from.
Bro.
I wonder, those kinds of things. I wonder, like, maybe she does have a nice ass. Maybe she has a beautiful body. Like, I wonder how she feels about her body. And think about those things and trying to, like, go figure out those things. It's very difficult.
There's actually a poem by Litsoane. Like, shout out Litsoane.
Shout out Litsoane.
Yes.
Dude, I went to one of her sessions, I went to one of her sessions, and she went and she's doing the poem thing, and she comes back and there was this couple sitting at the table, and the lady gets up and she's like, sorry, can I please just get a picture with you? And she's like standing there, I'm taking this picture. I was like, what?
Bro, yeah, nah, she's her poetry is amazing.
Stella.
Yeah, but anyway, there's a poem that she did a collab with. I forgot the other dude's name. Sorry, but it's called "What If a Maybe," and it was just talking about what if I'm not trying to holler at you, but what if I'm just trying to get to know you better. Like that's the type of thing. I'm like, man, like. What if? What if maybe I'm not interested?
Other niggas make it so hard, bro.
The niggas make it difficult for the nice guys, bro.
For the nice guys,
because then every time they see us, they're just like, nah.
Nah, it's another nigga.
Like, nah, can I take you for ice cream? You don't want ice cream? I'd like some ice cream.
I'd love some fucking ice cream. Oh man. Okay, so we just got a taste of what you can do. I'm sure that you have many more poems. There is a personal favorite of mine that he opted not to perform today, and I respect that. It's called "The Revolution Will Not Be Televised."
The revolution will not be televised.
Don't even get started. Okay, it's a beautiful poem. Where else can we find you? Where else can we find your stuff, like your social medias? If you have any YouTube clip, did you? Oh yeah, you were supposed to bring the clip. You brought one. Yeah. All right, we'll throw it in at the end of the video. So even when we wrap up, stay on for another 5 minutes just to hear this man in action. But for now, where can we find you? Where can we find your show?
Social media, I just hopped on the Facebook shit. So like I wasn't much because I didn't know how Facebook worked. Yeah. And then I tried Twitter. I still don't know how it works. It's like Twitter's a lot, man. It's a lot. But it's on Facebook. It's Loyiso Low-Key Men's. Instagram. It's Lightheaded Artworks. It's my photography page / me page. / me. But yeah. Performances we are with Pick Me Up Poetry. Yeah. So wherever, just follow the page, man. Wherever we are with Pick Me Up, I will be there. Yeah. There's Pick Me Up family is gonna be going around South Africa actually on like a tour. Yeah, a small tour thing, and we're trying to just spread the feels. It's an open mic thing, and we're trying to get as many artists as we can to just come and bless this microphone for us, man. Because there's so much, like, I feel like the artists, we're surrounded by artists, especially at our school, bro. It's just and you realize that there's so much stories that we have to be telling through these artists, and it's just like, eventually we're gonna get there. All
right, cool. So Loyiso, Low-Key, the man himself. Thank you so much for putting through. This conversation has been very fruitful. I'm sure everyone here at least can agree. The viewers, you will agree. When you do agree, please comment below. Follow all the links. And just, thank you very much, bro. Thank you for joining us here at the LockerRoom.
Thank you, G. Thank you so much.